Good morning, Sairam children, and welcome back once again. So, children, in last class we have completed history chapter number 6, that is towns, traders, and craft persons. Now, in this class, we are going to start new chapter. In this video, we are going to discuss social and political life chapter number 6, that is understanding media. Now, here are the list of the topic which we will discuss in this chapter. First, we understand what is media. The next topic is media and technology. Then after that, we will discuss about media and money. The next topic is role of media in Indian democracy. In what ways media play important role in democracy. Then next we have setting agenda, and the last but not the least, local media. So let's first understand what is media. Okay, now just tell me, children, what is your favorite TV program? Or what do you like listening to on the radio? Or we can say that which newspaper or magazine do you usually read? So, did you know that there is one word that is often used to collectively refers to the radio, TV, newspaper, magazine, or we can say that several other forms of communication. And this word is media. So, children, in this chapter, you will read more about the media. You will find out what is required to make it work as well as the ways in which the media affects our daily lives. So, first, media. First of all, media is the plural form of the word medium, right? Media is the plural form of the word medium, and it describes the various way through which we communicate in society. Clear? Media is the plural form of the word medium, and it describes the various way through which we communicate in society. Because media refers to the we can say that refers to all the means of communication. Everything ranging from a phone call to the evening news on TV can be called media. Now, TV, radio, newspaper are a form of media. TV, radio, newspapers are a form of media that reaches millions of people or the masses across the country and the world, and thus they are called mass media. Clear? What is the difference between the media and the mass media? So, media is the plural form of word medium, and it describes the various way through which we communicate in society. And mass media, radio, TV, newspapers are the forms of media. Through this, they reach millions of people across the world, are called mass media. Okay, now next topic is media and technology. So first of all, it would probably be difficult for you to imagine your life without the media. Is it true? But cable, television and the internet, the cable television and the widespread use of the internet is a recent phenomenon, and these have been around for less than 20 years. Around 20 years. The technology that mass media uses keeps changing. Now, newspaper, television, and radio can reach millions of people because they use certain technologies. So we have both print media and electronic media. So print media and electronic media have played an important role in social change. We also tend to discuss newspaper and magazines as the print media, and TV, radio, computer as the electronic media. So newspaper and magazine come under the print media, and TV, radio, computer comes under the electronic media. So we can say that changing technology or machines and making technology more modern helps media to reach more people. It also improves the quality of sound and the images that you see. But technology does more than this. It also changes the way in which we think about our lives. For example, today it is quite difficult for us to think of our lives without television. Television basically enabled us to think of ourselves as the member for the global people. Television also images travel huge distances through satellites and cables, and this allow us to view news and entertainment channels from other parts of the world. So it is the responsibility of the media to present a fair and balanced report. Now, balanced report means a balanced report is a one that discusses all points of view of a particular story and then leaves it to the readers to make up their minds. Is it clear? Now, children, do you know first dated printed book known as Diamond Sutra was printed in China. Where? In China in 1868 AD. Clear? First dated printed book known as Diamond Sutra was printed in China in 1868 AD. Okay, move on to the next topic, media and money. So the different technologies that mass media use are very expensive. Okay, now children, just think about the TV studio in which the news reader sits. It has lights, cameras, sound recorders, transmission, satellites, etc. and etc. Now, all of which cost a lot of money. So, in a news studio, it is not only the news reader who needs to be paid, but also a number of other people who help put the broadcast together. Now, broadcast means like a TV or a radio program that is widely transmitted. Okay, so there are a number of other people who help put the broadcast together, and this includes those who look after the cameras and lights. So, as I said, technologies that mass media use keep changing, and so a lot of money is spent on getting the latest technology. Now, due to this cost, the mass media needs a great deal of money to do its work. As a result, most television channels and newspaper are a part of big business houses. Media thus has come to be owned by big corporate. Mass media is constantly thinking of ways to make money. So the one way in which mass media earn money is by advertising. Different things like cars, chocolates, clothes, mobile phone, etc. and etc. So therefore, media uses advertising as a tool to raise revenue. I think you must have noticed the number of advertisement that you have see while watching your favorite television show, while watching a cricket match on TV. The same advertisements are shown repeatedly between each over, and so you are often watching the same image over and over again. Is it clear? Okay, now the next is media and democracy. The role of media in Indian democracy. So let's understand in what ways media play an important role in democracy. First of all, in a democracy, the media plays a very important role in providing news and discussing events taking place in the country and the world. It is on the basis of this information that citizens can, like for example, learn how government works. And often, if they wish to, they can take action on the basis of these news stories. Some of the ways in which they can do this is by writing letters to the concerned minister, organizing public protest, starting a signature campaign, asking the government to rethink its program, etc. and etc. Now, public protest means like when people collectively state their oppositions to some issue by organizing a rally, starting a signature campaign, etc. So it is known as public protest. Now, the information that media provides should be balanced, which is very important. Now, balanced report means a balanced report is one that discusses all points of view of a particular story and then leaves it to the readers to make up their mind. So it is very important media should be independent. Now, what do you mean by independent media? So independent media means independent media, first of all, they can write a balanced report, and it is very necessary for media to be independent. Independent media means that no one should control and influence its coverage of news. Or we can say that no one should tell the media what can be included and what should not be included in a news story. It means that media should not be under anyone's pressure. It will be totally independent. Is it clear, independent media? Now, why it is important for the media to be independent? Why it is important? Actually, an important media is very important because it is on the basis of the information that media provides that we take action as citizens. So hence, it is essential that information should be reliable and it should not be biased at all. So is it clear what is balanced report? So balanced report is one that discusses all points of view of a particular story and then leaves it to the readers to make up their minds. Clear? So media writing a balanced report and however depends on the media being independent. And independent media means that no one should control and influence its coverage of news. Even no one should tell the media what should be included and what should not be included in a news story. So, an independent media is important in a democracy. So, is it clear in what ways does media play an important role in a democracy? So, first of all, media play an important role in a democracy. It provides news, discusses events taking place in the country and the world. Now it is the basis of the information that we learn how the government works. Second, it also criticizes the unpopular policies and programs that the government takes. It also forms public opinion. It acknowledges us with several current issues. Even it provides awareness among masses. Clear? So as I said, Independent media is important in democracy. And as I told you, it is on the basis of the information that media provides that we take action as citizens. So it is important that this information is reliable and not biased. But the reality is that media is far from independent. Now, this is mainly because of two reasons. Now, first is the control that the government has on the media, right? First reason is the control that the government has on the media. When the government prevents either news items or scenes from a movie or the lyrics of the song from being shared with the larger public. So, this is referred as censorship. Clear? Now, there have been periods in Indian history when government censored the media, and the worst of this was the emergency period between 1975 1977. So during the emergency period, the government censored the media. But while the government does continue to censor films, it is not really censor the media coverage of news. And despite the absence of censorship by the government, most newspapers do not provide a balanced report. Now, the reason for this are complicated. Persons who research the media have said that this happens because business houses control the media. At times, it is in the interest of these businesses to focus on only one side of the story. Media's need for money and its link to advertising means that it becomes difficult for the media to be reporting against people who give them advertisements. So, media is thus no longer considered independent because of its close links to business. Clear? Okay. Now, next topic is setting agendas. So, first of all, media sets the agenda. Due to the significant influence it plays in our lives, in shaping our thoughts, media sets the agenda. It means media has to decide what stories to focus on and therefore decide on what is newsworthy. The media also play an important role in deciding what stories to focus on and therefore decides on what is newsworthy. Now, for example, the annual function at your school is unlikely to make the news. But if a famous actor is invited as the chief guest, then the media might be interested in covering it. Am I right? So, by focusing on particular issues, the media influences our thoughts, feelings, and actions and brings those issues to our attention. So, due to the significant influence it plays in our lives and in shaping our thoughts, it is commonly said that media sets the agendas. Now, very recently, the media drew our attention to alarming levels of pesticides in cola drink. Now, they published a report that indicated the high level of pesticides and thus made us aware of the need to regularly monitor these colas according to international quality and safety standard. So they did this despite the government's resistance by boldly declaring that colas were unsafe. And in covering this story, the media positively helped us focus on issue that affects our lives and one that we might not even have been aware of it had it not been for media reporting. Now there are several instances, if we talk about there are several instances when the media fails to focus on issues that are significant in our lives. Like for example, drinking water is a major problem in our country, right? So every year thousands of people suffer and die because they do not get safe drinking water. But however, we seldom find the media discussing this issue. A well known Indian journalist wrote of how the fashion week, in which clothes designers show their new creation to rich people, formed the front page headlines of all the newspaper, while the several slums were being demolished in Mumbai. So, the very same week, this was not even noticed. So, as a citizen of a democracy, the media has a very important role to play in our life because it is through the media that we hear about issues related to the working of the government. The media decided what to focus on, and in this way, it sets the agenda. Now, media plays a very important role in our life and is as it tells about working of the government. Freedom of expression should be given to media to report event independently. Now next we have the local media. So first of all, recognizing that the media will not be interested in covering small issues that involve ordinary people and their daily lives. So, local media deals with small issues that involve ordinary people and their daily lives. So, several local groups have come forward to start their own media. Understand? Several local groups have come forward to start their own media. Several people use community radio to tell farmers about the prices of different crops and advise them on the use of seeds and fertilizer. And some of them they make documentary films with fairly cheap and easily available video cameras on real life conditions faced by different poor communities and at times have given the poor these videos cameras to make films on their own lives. So another example is a newspaper called Khabar Lehriya. So Khabar Lehriya is a local newspaper which is a fortnightly that is run by 8 Dalit women in Chitrakoot district in Uttar Pradesh. Clear? Khabar Lehriya is a newspaper and this newspaper is run by 8 Dalit women in Chitrakoot district in Uttar Pradesh. Now, basically in this newspaper, first of all, this newspaper is written in local language, Bundeli. Okay, this local newspaper is written in Bundeli, that means local language, and this 8-page newspaper reports on Dalit issues and cases of violence against women and political corruption. So, the newspaper reaches farmer, shopkeepers, panchayat members, school teachers, even women who have recently learned to read and write. So, children, clear is it what is local media? Okay, so here we have completed this chapter. Now, we will meet again in next video with the new chapter. Till then, take care and keep learning.